Contingency Plan Briefing, codenamed Demon Shadow. Akuma represents the dark potential of mastery unchecked by discipline. As a practitioner of Ansatsuken, a combat art designed for absolute destruction, Akuma allowed himself to be consumed by the Satsui no Hado, the surge of murderous intent. This transformation has granted him abilities that defy logic, unmatched strength, speed, and energy manipulation, including his devastating raging demon technique. Akuma's existence is defined by his pursuit of power, his isolation, and his unwavering belief that no one can match him in combat. While his physical abilities seem limitless, his dependence on relentless aggression and his obsession with proving his superiority leave him vulnerable to manipulation. Akuma fights alone, and that is how he can be defeated. Every warrior, no matter how unstoppable, has a flaw. Let his obsession guide him into making the first mistake. Akuma is a storm, and like any storm, he's predictable in his chaos. He thrives on confrontation and strength, and I'll ensure he finds both, on my terms. Akuma seeks out only the strongest opponents, but his fixation on proving himself can be redirected. I'd begin by planting evidence of a so-called martial champion nearby. Rumors, a trail of victories, all pointing to a location I've prepared. Akuma would follow it, ready for a fight, and unknowingly step into my trap. The environment itself will be his first opponent. Using Wayne-Tech's kinetic destabilizers, I'd create a battlefield that shifts unpredictably beneath his feet. Pressure plates would activate false floors, collapsing sections of the terrain and forcing Akuma to waste energy adapting to the instability. His mastery of direct combat is unparalleled, but his style depends on a stable environment. Without it, his strikes lose precision, and his movements become less effective. As he pushes forward, I'd introduce an advanced containment strategy. Overhead drones equipped with Wayne-Tech's Aegis projector system would emit energy barriers designed to isolate him within a shrinking combat zone. The more he moves, the smaller his area to fight becomes, compressing his range of motion and limiting his ability to unleash wide-range techniques like the Go Hadoken. At this point, Akuma's aggression would likely peak. To exploit this, I'd release a precision-targeted gas, a blend inspired by Scarecrow's fear toxin, but without hallucinogenic effects. Instead, this compound specifically targets the adrenal response, amplifying his rage to the point of recklessness. Akuma's calm, destructive focus would shatter, leaving him vulnerable to errors and overextension. When his stamina begins to wane and his control falters, I'd initiate the final stage, the Orpheus device. A device I designed after encountering Etrigan. It generates a field of low-frequency vibrations that suppress supernatural energy sources like the Satsui no Hado. With his power disrupted, Akuma's physical advantages would diminish rapidly. His strikes lose their devastating force, and his ki-based abilities are nullified entirely. As Akuma struggles, I deploy reinforced bat-tech restraints, laced with anti-kinetic polymers, to immobilize him completely. The restraints are engineered to absorb and redirect the force of his strikes, leaving him unable to escape. From there, he'd be secured in a stasis chamber housed deep beneath the watchtower, a place designed for interdimensional threats far beyond his comprehension. Akuma thrives on chaos, but chaos can be controlled. By dismantling his strength through psychological manipulation, environmental disruption, and targeted suppression, the demon shadow can be neutralized. Every storm has its end, and so does Akuma. If you found this protocol helpful, remember, I upload new contingency briefings every day. Your safety depends on preparation, so stay informed. If there's a specific threat you'd like analyzed, leave your suggestion below. Together, we'll ensure every contingency is covered.